Bye-bye city, bye-bye noise, and hello, peace. A little walk and talk today. It's soon time for harvest, I guess, of the corn. Hi, I'm Laura, and I help people on my channel take one intentional step at a time to live lighter and merrier. Today, I'm going to continue a talk about aligning more with your values so that you can live lighter and merrier, because if we don't really honor the truths that are within us, and I think that that doesn't allow us to live lighter and certainly not merrier. We kind of carry those secrets and sort of hidden parts of ourselves. We let them lie dormant from within, and it only makes us feel heavier and perhaps more inwardly frustrated, etc. So I think the more we can learn to acknowledge that which is coming through us, let it out, express it, then the better off we are. And then if we are lighter and merrier, then so are those in our company. So it just creates a better environment for everyone. Today I'm going to extend the talk on my choice to live a plant-based lifestyle. Now, I don't say vegan because I don't want to give myself a title. I don't want to put myself in a box. Sometimes I do eat butter from animal products. It's in like a croissant or something, or an egg, which might be in a baked good that's offered to me. So I don't want to live with strict rules or confines, but I do want to live intentionally and mindfully as much as I can, respecting the lives around me, which includes animals. So today I'm going to talk a little bit more about my plant-based lifestyle and how it all began. This is where we're going. I'm going to also show you another yoga posture, a foundational yoga posture called tree pose, which you're probably familiar with, but it's always a great one to reconnect with and try it for yourself. And I'm gonna see if there's any flowers in bloom because there's a self-pick garden up here. I'm just gonna see what's blooming right now. Go. I've been plant-based for 9 years, but it began way before 9 years ago. This interest in another way of nourishing myself. I grew up in Canada, so I was strongly influenced by the North American food culture, which to no one's fault. It's just the programming that we received and that my parents received. We ate for the most part well, but still it was high in animal consumption. And I always recall myself, even through my teenage years in high school, I recall not wanting to eat like the famous lunch meats. I was always preparing my own sort of wrap to take for lunch. And I remember specifically packing my little tomato slices in a separate container to add in the moment of eating, because I knew that everything would be like sort of mushy if I put it all together at the time, in the morning. So I have strong memories of being sort of a mindful eater to the degree that was possible for me as a teenager, way back. And then I graduated from there, and I began to be very selective in sort of poultry and fish consumption, and even being a very picky poultry eater. And then when I finally became a mom myself, I really questioned even further sort of the dairy industry and even cutting out meats. So it was a gradual process, but I've never felt better. It's such a gorgeous day. Currently I live in Switzerland, which is famous for its cheese, chocolate, cows, those beautiful cow pastures. True, I think the cows are treated well for the most part. It is a daily issue that I face whenever looking to eat out or grab something on the go. Life is much better where there are a lot more options for plant-based diets, which I'm super grateful for. And so I want to be part of that. I think in expressing myself here, it's to not convince anybody of anything, each to their own, as long as it's helpful and kind. But it's just sharing a bit more of my truth, because I think that more now than ever, we need to speak up for what we believe to be of value and helpful. Jim Rohn famously said, you reap the fruits of the seeds you sow. If we want to reap a vibrant and healthy life, then we have to choose to put vibrant and healthy foods into our bodies. And not only that, of course, movement and good thoughts. So all of this combined helps to cultivate the seeds of that which you want to grow more of in your life. I'm inspired by this new person I came across named Harold to make some juices. Now this is a smoothie, but it is full of nutrients and I can't wait to get into it. I put in a handful of the blackberries that I picked last week, and I can really taste them. They were frozen, so it adds a bit of coolness. Let's keep going. So the smoothie idea was inspired by Harold, but I'm also inspired by my dad. So my dad is diabetic later in life, and he's right now radically changing his diet, and I'm so proud of him, because how he grew up thinking that what he was eating was healthy and good for him because of mass programming has been actually very harmful for him and his body systems and his wellness. And so I'm so proud because he is ready to embrace more green on his plate, more green being outside. He is one of my number one fans as far as Walk for Wellness and all that I do with Merry Nature. But it's really for him too now that I speak up, because I think too many of us were convinced of things, of certain lifestyle choices that benefit the banks of or the bank accounts of others and drastically harm our individual and now collective health. So it's really time to question everything, question your lifestyle, question your values, question how you nourish your body with which food, and again, start to make little changes while you can. And so with Walk for Wellness, I just encourage you to get outside as you can and start with a small walk around your block. I haven't always been able to go for these nice long walks and sort of little micro adventures in my town, but I would go for little trips around my block or to the nearest park and back. And that is enough to give you these mood boosting sort of chemicals and endorphins to get you set up on a better track. Walk for Wellness is really about taking ownership of your lifestyle, starting to move on a regular basis, and if you can, be outdoors more. As a certified yoga teacher, I can't help but to include some gentle yoga moves that can be easily included on any walk. So up here I'm going to show you tree pose. And again, it's about engaging your core so that you can be more stable, feel stronger as you move onwards in life. This is where I like to come sometimes to pick flowers. So we'll see if there's something here that I can take home, something colorful, cheerful, fragrant perhaps. Let's see. I love the bright orange, especially here with the coming of autumn. Oranges and yellows perhaps, although these are quite pretty too. Got my little bouquet. Super pleased with it. Not fragrant, but colorful certainly. The yellow is just to remind me to choose a cheerful and bright side of the street. We're all set up here. Let's give tree pose a try. In another video I had mentioned mountain pose and maintaining a strong core. So this is a continuation or a build on from mountain pose. So you're maintaining your alignment all throughout. Your core is active. A common mistake is to be inactive. So here we want to engage our core muscles and hold our body strong. So you also want to maintain your alignment. You want to maintain soft shoulders, a lifted chin, not too high and not looking down, just kind of in the middle. Your gaze is straight ahead, as well as your hips. So we're not going to lean from one side or the other. We're going to try and maintain this alignment. So your tree pose, you're going to have a strong foundation on your foot. You can feel all parts of your foot connected to your shoe, connected to the ground. Shift the weight onto one foot and gently lift your other foot. Now again, we're maintaining an engaged core. We're maintaining our hips pointing forwards. Our arms, our shoulders are soft, our gaze is forward. Leave your hands to your side, checking your alignment. If this is too much, you just keep your toe to the inside of your ankle and on the ground to help you maintain your support. And you make your own strong foundation from your foot on up and your solid tree. All throughout, of course, you are breathing. Smile in gratitude. We'll just tuck them away in there. They'll be okay for just a few minutes. Let's go. Onwards we go. Super pleased with what I found and super pleased with sharing with you. So just like tree pose, the strong foundation comes from the initial seed that's planted, right, for that tree. And with the right nourishment, that seed grows its roots and grows up. So we too want to be really conscious of the seeds that we're planting in our minds and in our bodies, knowing that messages that have been told to us from our early childhood days could possibly be more harmful than they are good. So here now in our midlife years, we are questioning, we are curious about different ways of living, ones that align more with the values that we're seeing coming through us, and honoring those bit by bit with intentional decisions, like walk for wellness, like picking your own flowers, if that's available to you, of course. Perhaps it's something different for you, like picking your own fruit or harvesting your own vegetables, and perhaps some mindful movement like gentle yoga moves to enhance your core strength. And all the while, when you keep making decisions and acting on them, that's the other key part, taking action. That builds your confidence. And the more confidence you have with your own body system and your mindset, like once you're super stable with what you're thinking, then you're more apt to take more decisions in that way, and you are able to make those decisions a lot quicker, and you don't need validation from other people. So that's the beautiful part, is you know that it's coming authentically through you, so you're not concerned about what will other people think of me, more so because you're so researched yourself, you know what's best for you, that you can align with those lifestyle choices a lot more easily. And little by little, or maybe it's one big shift, that allows you to live lighter and merrier. Of course, I'm not here to preach a plant-based lifestyle. I know that people have different reasons for doing, and living the way they do. But it's more so to just plant a seed of curiosity about, I guess, ideas, concepts, lifestyle choices that are coming through you, your own person, and seeing how you can learn about those things more. I think curiosity is one of the best skills we can have. So learning more about that which is coming up through you, and if it feels right to do so, keep gently shifting to align yourself with that, because that ultimately is what's going to give you the lifestyle that you desire. So let me know, what is it for you? Or are you already on a plant-based lifestyle? Are you with me? Are you walking for your wellness? Are you seeking more yoga, yoga outdoors? Let me know. I would love to hear from you in the comments below. But for now, one intentional step at a time to live lighter and merrier. Bye-bye.